By the way, I'm only playing FanDuel.
Oh, what a bastard.
Yeah. So we'll get good takes on both sides.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Awesemo.com Live Before Lock Show. We'll be taking you through the day's NFL slate. Lots of exciting football action coming up, which I am thrilled to join you with. I'm Chris Spags, joined by the Chubster, who is playing only on FanDuel today, Josh Engelman. Josh, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. It's good winkle. Good winkle. Good weekend. It's going to be a bad day, man.
It is.
I don't even know what words that could have been.
Wrinkle? Like, were you going to say an interesting wrinkle? No, because it's like, why would you be talking about an interesting wrinkle right now?
I don't know, man. Look, I've had a lot of coffee. I'm trying to have a lot of water. We'll get there when we get there.
Well, it's going to be a good winkle for all of you guys as well today. If you want, we have some ownership projections that are up now on Awesemo.com, which will help dictate a lot of the slate. We talk about them a lot on this show, on the Contrary show with Evan Silva and Awesemo and myself. But go sign up now. Promo code Contrary, CONTRARY. We'll get you 1 week free. Check out the ownership projections, which are very helpful for NFL because there are a lot of idiots playing NFL every week and some smart people too.
Two of them are talking to each other right now.
Yeah. Well, one of us is a home run picking champion for the year, tied with Jake. But the other one of us is not. And you can guess who that is.
Wait, you and Jake tied?
We did. We tied and double dong tied. So we double tied.
Really? All right. So Jake wins. Efficiency.
Nope. That is not. That was never a tiebreaker. It's just a tie. Just kissing our sisters. Mwah.
Ew.
It's a bunch of sister kissers tying it up. No, I don't know. Like, it's a tie. We didn't come up with a tiebreaker. At this point, I'm content not preparing baseball anymore and relaxing and doing NBA prep.
Whatever. Let's talk about football.
What a great win for me and a great tie for Jake. But let's talk football. Quarterbacks obviously going to be a key position tonight. Some shifting up there. Andy Dalton, our boss, Alex Baker, better known as Awesemo, the top DFS player in the world in chat today. No home run picks today, unfortunately, boss. We do have the 100-yard thing. That's a whole different empire. What?
Right? See, words are difficult, man.
It's a whole different winkle today.
Yep. Words are hard.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing, but that's not going so well for me, but we'll get back on track there. Let's talk about quarterbacks first though. Andy Dalton, one of the most popular plays on the slate. What are you doing with this position today, Josh?
I have no Andy Dalton.
Yeah. That's a bold take.
Yeah, it probably is. Just not like it didn't grade out as an amazing value for me. And if he was going to be the chalk quarterback, I was comfortable just having parts of that game, but not him. So I have a lot of Gio, but I don't have any Dalton.
Is that a big price difference thing on FanDuel? Because on DK, he's 5,400, so he's at a pretty nice movement.
I guess it'll be easiest to just like rank guys relative to the rest of the position.
Yeah,
so he's the ninth most expensive quarterback.
Huh. Yeah, no, that's definitely a little higher up, but still not that high up to where, I don't know. I wouldn't fade him. I definitely would not fade him.
I'm comfortable.
All right. Well, wow. Anybody else? I guess who are you going with the most then? If it's not Dalton.
So I've got a 7 quarterback pool right now: Rodgers, Rivers, Watson, Wilson, Tannehill, Brady, and Luck.
Okay. Interesting. And which of those guys is the most so far?
They're all sort of in the 10 to 20% range. Nobody way more than anybody else, really.
Is Eli in that group or no?
No.
Okay, so those are my two top quarterbacks this week: Andy Dalton and Eli Manning. I do like Brady and Rivers too, but I definitely have the most ownership on Eli and Dalton rather. Yeah, I don't see how you can't play those guys this week, or how you could not play those guys this week, at least at like a little bit.
I mean, I'm very comfortable not playing Eli. I'm certainly nervous about not playing Dalton. That's a great matchup, great spot. Like, that one scares me. I have no nerves of not playing Eli. He's Eli.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd rather play Peyton Manning this week.
See that? I think it's going to be a ludicrous take. I think that is one. I mean, so the only time the Saints have stopped anyone was that Cleveland game, and they stopped like Tyrod Taylor, who didn't want to throw downfield. Every other time anybody's thrown over, let's say, 9 air yards, they've been able to do it. And I know Eli's not the best. I know everybody's, oh, Eli sucks. But if that drives on ownership, great. But I mean, they have playmakers in this offense. They have a very clear-cut target funnel with Evan Ingram out, where it's going to be Shepard, it's going to be Beckham, it might be a little bit of Rhett Ellison, but no Cody Latimer either. Like, there's nobody to take the targets. It's the cleanest matchup to me, and I think it's a fool's errand to just lump Eli in with the trash.
I mean, he's trash. I have a ton of Saquon Barkley, but I don't know what I'm going to gain out of getting Eli Manning in this one. Can't do it.
I mean, I think for DK especially, he is a very good price that goes right in line with Dalton. So I think he's a natural pivot. He's at 6% ownership, give or take, according to our projections, and Dalton about double that or more than double that potentially. So I think that's why you go there, is that, that game has an equally high probability of shooting out. I would say the Giants and New Orleans, as does Cincinnati and Atlanta. So you're getting the pivot point, and you're also getting a quarterback who's been throwing it, 40 times a game in a very winnable matchup.
I can't do it with Eli. I'm comfortable with regretting Dalton and seeing that kick me in the dick, by 4:00. But if Eli has a 4-touchdown day, kudos.
Okay. All right. Well, on this note, since we are building lineups as we go, I do have one promotion that I'm going to do myself. I told Josh I was going to do it on the air. It's a really big deal, I think. Could be really cool if this works out our way. What we're going to do throughout the course of the show, or by the end of the show, rather, we're going to build one lineup in the Millionaire Maker this week, which I have saved lovingly for this moment. We're going to build it on the air using the picks that we generate and that you guys in the chat generate. And if I win, each and every one of you will receive from me a personal thank you, as I don't ever do this stream again and walk up with $1 million with your help.
Well, that personal thank you is certainly worth more than $1 million.
Right. I mean, I don't really thank people that personally and that at that degree of depth that often. It's usually very cursory, perfunctory thank yous. But each and every one of you, if I win that $1 million with this lineup, will get a hearty thank you. So
I have a feeling I'm going to get something other than a thank you.
I suck my balls.
Yeah. Some garbage Eli Manning lineup.
Actually, what else do you get too? You get a free membership to Osmo.com for 1 week. Promo code Contrary. So go sign up. We win that Millionaire Maker, you can have that. All those things.
There you go. I thought you were paying for 1 week. What a generous gentleman. $14.99 out of $1 million, but
yeah. Nope. Use the free trial. See, I told you this is going to make me happy. That's all I
clearly.
That.
Yeah, you were right, because it's not making me happy.
Our boy Emac is in the chat. Emac, one of our great fill-in live before lock hosts, who also does a great show with Jake, which I don't know what they're going to be doing now that baseball's over, but we'll have more Emac in the mix too. Asking about my boy Mohamed Sanu, who is an extreme punt on DK. What are you doing with that Falcons game in general, and does Sanu have any interest to you?
So no Ryan or Dalton, but I have a lot of Tevin Coleman, lots of Gio. Gio, one of my highest exposed running backs. I'm probably underweight on Julio, underweight on AJ Green. I'm just kind of underweight on that game in general, but I do like the running backs.
Yeah, I would agree there. I think Sanu is always interesting because, there's going to be ownership on Julio. There's going to be ownership, especially for people who are like, oh, that includes me, who are like, I got to go back there because he's going to have that 180-yard, 2-touchdown week this week after everybody jumps off ship from last week. Obviously, people are going to be point chasing Ridley as well. So that naturally kind of makes Sanu a pretty decent pivot. And the volume is going to be there. I didn't play Sanu this week because I think there's a ton of good value at that 4K range on DraftKings where I don't need to go to Sanu. And even if I did want to go to Sanu, I can go to Christian Kirk too on DraftKings for the same price, or a similar price rather. So no Sanu for me, but I do love that game a ton.
Yeah, I only have like 1% Sanu, nothing crazy.
Okay. So back to where we were talking about running backs. I just want to make sure to get Emac in because Emac is one of the good guys who you guys should all support and follow and all that. But yeah, let's talk about running backs. What are you doing over there? I guess any noteworthy fades here that are going to hurt my feelings like Eli Manning did?
I've got a lot less Sony Michel than the public. Other than that, I don't think so, unless you name somebody like really off the beaten path.
I am also off of Sony Michel for the most part. I want to see it from him first. Tyler Boyd.
interesting.
It seems like you're fading that Bengals passing game besides Bernard.
I'm pretty underweight there.
Okay, I love Tyler Boyd. He is once again one of my favorite plays of the week. I said it on the Contrary show. I think that people are thinking like, oh, he's priced up, he's too expensive. He is a key part of that offense. He has been Andy Dalton's safety target whenever that people are coming after him. He bails them out of situations. He's also just a really good player. He's got good body positioning with his catches on the sidelines and in the end zone. I think Boyd's a fantastic play. Another guy, too, who I think is also under in our ownership, same price range, Mike Williams on the Chargers. Super interesting to me. I don't know. I asked about running back and ended up on wide receiver. But
yeah. I mean, I'll have some Mike Williams because Phillip Rivers is one of my highest exposed quarterbacks. But I don't have a ton. It's more Melvin Gordon and Keenan Allen. Surprise, surprise. But I'll have Mike Williams. I'll have both Williams. I'll have sort of everybody that can catch a pass for the Chargers.
Well, since you're going, I guess, sort of anti-chalk, what about Ezekiel Elliott, another popular play this week? I feel like I'm a little reverse biased here as being a Cowboys fan. I don't think Dallas is that good, and I have some Zeke, but I don't want to trust them. I think Detroit's a better team. I think there's a chance they could also pull away, and then Zeke is useless. What are you doing with Zeke this week?
I'm over the field on Zeke.
Okay. I couldn't get excited for that play. I have some of him. I think it makes sense, but you can go up to Gordon for 500 more on DK. You can go down to Bernard. You go down to Chris Carson, much further down. I don't know.
Everyone but Carson that you just named, I have a ton of.
No Carson?
3%.
I'm a little worried about his injuries and stuff, but he did get over 30 touches last week, even if he comes down to 20. It's a very good matchup, I think, for him where, pairs well with the defense as well.
Sure. I don't have a huge problem with it. I just have so much Geo that it's hard for me to go anywhere else.
Dustin Fenimore saying James White gets more points than Sony Michel. I don't think that's a brave take at all. James White should get a lot of passes in this game, especially against the Dolphins, who have been really good at shutting down wide receivers for the most part. I think that's going to regress a little, though. Xavier Howard is still a very good player on that side. James White's a natural play, I think, in a tightly defensive matchup, which Miami's been one of the better DVOA teams. White makes a lot of sense. And Michel, I don't think does make a ton of sense unless watch him go for like 200 yards today, but I don't think he's that good.
Yeah, I mean, I have 12% Michel, but we're projecting significantly higher than that on FanDuel. I'm happy to have him because the Miami-New England game is the game that I have the most exposure to, but he's not the guy that I want the most.
Let's see. Cowboys pass game is awful. Why not play Zeke against a bad defense? The Lions defense has actually been a little better. It's still not a good defense, but it's been a little better since they had an early kind of fallout with Sam Darnold. So I think overall the Detroit defense isn't good, but it's shown signs of improvement. Dallas can't pass, as you mentioned, and as everybody mentioned, Lorenza, that I think there's just not going to be a lot for Dallas in this game. And I don't know. I just don't see it for them. And I would rather go other places at running back and more open-ended games.
Lions rush defense on Pro Football Focus, 27th.
Okay. It's not good. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not good. I think it makes sense, but I don't know. Detroit could easily put 3 touchdowns up on Dallas, and then that's just it for Zeke for the day because he can't do anything. He doesn't play in the comeback.
Sure he does.
I mean, but he's not as much of a useful way. He's not Bernard. He's not going to be like a third down, sprinting, getting 10 yards per play.
He had 8 targets last week. If they're behind, he's still going to be catching balls.
He caught 3 for 20?
What he caught and how he was targeted are 2 separate things.
I don't trust any part of that Dallas offense. I think if people want to go there at high ownership, that's great, but I just think they need to make some bad changes there, and I'd rather avoid it. Josh, why no DK today?
Why no DK? I don't enjoy playing on DraftKings. And I'm gearing up for NBA where I'll be only playing on FanDuel. So it seemed like a natural time to just stop.
Wow. South DK losing some people, losing some love. They need to up something there customer service wise.
The contest structure on FanDuel fits me better than it does on DraftKings.
All right.
And really, I just simply didn't want to do 2 sets of work.
That's also fair. I actually played preseason NBA both days so far that it's been out.
Degenerates.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I watched Fast Eddie stream a little bit yesterday too, which was helpful, except for reaffirming actually a viewpoint that I had, which is that Wade Baldwin was going to be great for the Trailblazers, and he just didn't get enough run because he's in that weird spot where you're not quite a veteran, not quite a rookie, so you're not getting that fourth quarter run. You just get whatever you get as a backup. And that was one that at Fast that he was on that did not help. But Gorgie Dang was a great pick. But anyway,
I don't know anything NBA. I know nothing that happens in the preseason NBA.
Yeah. Okay. Zeke has to be a target monster for Dallas to do anything. Okay. All right. Everybody plays Zeke Elliott. Have a great day. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I watch every Dallas game, and I don't believe in them at all. So, again, might just be a tortured fan. Wide receiver. What about you? What are you doing? What's popping off for you, Josh?
So it's mostly just stacks. I don't have anybody crazily. I'm pretty spread out across the board. So all of the main wideouts that are coming along with my quarterbacks, the primary wide receivers on the opposite sides of those games are all the guys that I'm getting to. But I'm underweight on most of the top of the wideouts for today.
Okay. So most of the ones. So then, where are you going price wise?
Everywhere. I mean, I have fucking a lot of wide receivers.
Okay.
Like 40 probably.
That is a lot of wide receivers.
Yeah. Like I'm in the 5 to 15% range on probably 30 dudes.
All right. I guess which games are you stacking the most then? Obviously, one of the things that Osmo advocates, he actually wrote an interesting article, Osmo did on our website, osmo.com. If you go there, there's an interesting little breakdown of how to approach the various games and how to stack for NFL. One thing he recommends is running back with a wide receiver on the other side, particularly if you're doing a quarterback wide receiver stack. Run it back with a running back wide receiver or tight end. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's an interesting approach. One I'm trying to adapt more. Is that one that you're going to a lot, and that's why you're ending up with so many weird wide receiver pairings?
I wouldn't call them weird wide receiver pairings. I just have lots of wide receiver pairings. But yeah, I'm in every one of my stacks. There's someone coming back from the opposite side of the game. So Miami, New England is the game that I have the most of. Houston, Indy is a game that I'm quite a bit over the field on. I have a lot of the Saints Giants game. It just doesn't happen to be the quarterbacks. And then I have a lot of Chargers.
Okay. I like the Chargers too. I think that's an interesting one. The one that worries me about with the Chargers is just that they have to let up off the pedal and at some point, because I don't think the Niners can keep up. And that would hurt like a guy like Mike Williams, who I think is an interesting play on DraftKings at 4,500. But if they don't need to pass, I don't think Mike Williams is going to have a ton of value downfield.
Fine by me. I have double the field of Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon, I think, is a great play. Love people all in on Ridley. He's going to bust today. I don't know if he's going to bust, but he's not going to have a 40-point game. I think that seems unlikely.
I mean, no one's... Wait, hold on. People aren't all in on Ridley. 7% owned on FanDuel, so that's all in.
That was one the game plan guys before us said they thought was a little low, and I kind of think so too. That seems low on DraftKings too. I think he's also a similar ownership. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, look, even if he is 10% owned or something, it's very clearly not an all. Like Alvin Kamara is 44% owned on FanDuel. That's more all in.
Yeah, no, I agree. Goodwin and CJ have lots of games together and is a good play. I actually have a little bit of Marquise Goodwin. CJ not a good play. I would agree, Steven Taylor, but Goodwin I think is interesting at like 1% ownership, and the Chargers D has been really bad.
Yeah, so I get like Garcon, Goodwin, Kittle a lot coming back in those big Charger stacks. So I hope San Francisco can like keep it close, but not betting a ton on CJ Beathard being anything other than shit.
Yeah, there's one stat which is interesting is that Beathard rather targets the running back position more than anything else. So if Matt Breida isn't in the lineup, there might be some usefulness for Kyle Juszczyk if you want to go with an interesting PPR play who is getting touchdowns. I think that's an interesting one just because CJ is not good and targets short. But he and Goodwin though have been a good pairing. He and Kittle actually haven't, even though they went to college together, which I thought was interesting. He kind of nerfs Kittle's value
a little bit.
Would you go? I guess we're talking wide receivers. Would you go Boyd or Mike Williams for a non PPR? This is DFS, man. There's no non PPR DFS.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that. You're on the wrong show.
Josh, how many different QBs are you playing this week? I think you already answered that, but
7.
probably knew. 7. The
7.
dirty 7.
Yeah.
The non-magnificent 7.
Yeah.
Is AJ Green worth paying for or just go down to Boyd? I think he is worth paying for, but I also think Boyd is worth paying for and owning.
I mean, I have like a third of the field on AJ Green. He's not, but that's kind of natural because I'm not going to Dalton. So in my particular structure, I don't get a lot of AJ Green.
Yeah, AJ Green, I mean, it's pretty much a target split between them. He gets a little bit more, 22% target share versus 18% for Tyler Boyd. But Tyler Eifert's numbers have been coming up too. It's a tough spot, but it does seem more like I don't want to compare them to the Rams, but it does seem more like an even split, similar to the Rams than it does one where there's going to be a lot favoring AJ Green. So from that perspective, the price might be tough, but I don't know. I like them all though. Anyone have Ebron? I have too much. He made construction easy. Ebron, I think, looks really good tonight. That was one thing that Evan Silva mentioned on the Contrary show is that the Texans have been atrocious versus tight end. Ebron got, I think, the equivalent of the 7 most targets for a wide receiver last week at tight end. What are you doing with Ebron and the tight end position, Josh?
I have a lot of Ebron. I won't be happy about it. But Gronk, Ebron, and Jared Cook are the guys that I have the most of.
Okay, I have. Yeah, it's a lot of Ebron for me, a lot of Gronk, a little bit of Rhett Ellison, who I think is interesting, filling in for Evan Ingram in that matchup that I do think Eli Manning will be a great quarterback in. David Njoku, I think, is a little interesting. Andrew Jeffrey, but not overweight on him a ton. I just have a little sprinkling, a little dash of Njoku.
I would guess I have no Njoku. No, 1%.
That's good. It's a little dab of Njoku. You just want a little bit behind your ear.
Yeah.
So you smell good. You want an Njoku off. Let's do our 100-yard picks because those have been going mediocrely, but I think you've got the only one that we've had so far.
Makes sense.
Does it make sense, Josh?
I don't know, I guess. Alrighty. So I'm going first, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll follow my ownership. I would like DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay. You know what? I actually have a play who I do like in that game, who would be a fun one to go to and as a pivot.
Are you taking Will Fuller, you dick?
I'm thinking about Will Fuller, but my pick was going to be Sterling Shepard, and I think that's the better pick. So I'm gonna stick with Sterling Shepard.
I've never felt safer.
I think you'll rue the day. You are going to rue the day that you didn't ride with Eli Manning today.
God, I hope not, man.
I hope a lot of people think like you do, because I think it's unfair to compare past Eli Manning to Eli Manning in this offense with Pat Shurmur and this matchup versus New Orleans, who is not good.
I'm comparing Eli Manning to past Eli Manning because he's old as shit.
And he doesn't get great protection.
And has been bad for 5 years.
Yeah, no, he's had games. I think I remember one game last year. He definitely won the Millionaire Maker. I think this week is going to be it for me. And then everybody will get their gift from me. Well, I guess it depends if we start Eli Manning in that lineup. We probably won't.
That gift is like getting coal for Christmas.
It's a hearty thank you. A hearty one, to be clear. It's like a robust thank you.
Yeah, I'm that's coal. That is coal for Christmas.
Nate Dogg P has Manning projected for 31 points. So Nate Dogg P and I and Dapiana
for the season.
Dapiana 23 hot take, and Tom Brady is also old and shit.
Yeah, Tom Brady, classically shitty quarterback.
EMAC all in on Eli too. A lot of great minds coming together.
Where are they at? Is this are you on a different show somewhere?
No, we got EMAC and Nate Dogg and Dapiana 23, a tribunal.
One of those things is not like the other.
I trust Nate Dogg P. He's got 31. King Pie DD asking about thoughts on Josh Rosen, boom or bust. So I, as a Pac-12 alum, I'm a USC fan. I hate UCLA. I watch all those games. I think Josh Rosen's better than people think. I have no problem playing the Seattle defense because he's going to turn it over. He's going to get sacked a lot. But I do think Josh Rosen is a little interesting against the Seattle defense. They could, he could throw 4 picks, but it wouldn't shock me if he threw a couple touchdowns and one of which to Kirk, maybe 2. Wouldn't surprise me. Do you have any Josh Rosen at all? I'm going to assume that's a hard no.
No, he would have been. If I opened my player pool up to have 21 quarterbacks, he might have snuck in. I probably would have taken Josh Rosen before Eli, but
oh god, on DK Rosen is 4,500, and a pairing with Rosen and Kirk is I think the equivalent of what 8,200. So obviously opens up a lot of things. I can see the concept behind it, but it's not one that I'm going nuts with.
I'm gonna be pretty far away from that one.
EMAC 6 p.m. Eastern will be hosting the Eli Manning support group meeting in the usual location. I don't
Does
think
everybody
need
just show up with that stupid Eli Manning face on their own face?
Just like a mask, like a weird eyes wide shut party thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a kinky Eli recovery meeting. Okay, so let's talk. This is an interesting pivot question. Would you go Antonio Callaway or Geronimo Allison? Geronimo Allison expected to get more touches as a result of Randall Cobb being out. Antonio Callaway getting a new quarterback who seems to like him, seems to be more competent than Tyrod Taylor. Which of those guys would you go with?
I like Callaway. I have a little bit of him in a game that I'm not super interested in, but the answer has to be Geronimo Allison, right?
I have more Callaway than Geronimo Allison, but that's also because I made a lot of my lineups before, and I didn't feel the need to pivot off of it because obviously I think a lot of people will run to Allison now, and I think Callaway has big play upside and is getting a ton of targets. So I prefer Callaway, but I think there's certainly a logic in both.
Yeah, I prefer Aaron Rodgers, so that's why I prefer Allison.
Aaron Rodgers is hurt. He can't really move around much.
Have you looked at his stats?
I mean, but I think there is a
they're playing the Bills, by the way, in case you're curious.
The Bills who shut down Kirk Cousins last week. I think there are valid reasons to not go nuts over Aaron Rodgers today.
Aaron Rodgers, 800 yards passing, 6 TDs, and not a single interception.
Yes, 6 TDs, which is not, I mean, so 2 weeks so far. And I mean, that's
highest completion percentage in 5 years. Why are we acting like they shaved his leg off at the knee?
He
hasn't made a single mistake.
I mean, this was your logic last week, and I think going back to the well makes sense. He is still an elite quarterback, but I'd rather go Tom Brady $100 less.
Tom Brady's $100 more on FanDuel. I have them both.
Okay. That's a little bit of a different thing. But no, to me, like the highest priced quarterback who's also banged up, who also was in a matchup where maybe he doesn't have to score a ton, but was against a team who's getting a much better pass rush all of a sudden, not a recipe for me to go to Aaron Rodgers today.
I love it.
Eli Manning, 6-point spread versus Aaron Rodgers. With you giving me 6 points on Eli.
20. It's probably pretty close. I don't have DK projections in front of me, but they should be relatively similar.
I would Chick-fil-A bet that.
I can't give you 6. That's too many.
Yeah. 5.
4. Don't say 4.5.
No, I was 5 was the compromise number.
And then I compromised with 4.
Well, we gotta walk away then. I guess that's what negotiation is.
This is like a really shitty episode of Pawn Stars.
I will not buy your Confederate oven. Who knows the things that were cooked in there? GPP, Kerryon Johnson or Aaron Jones? Kerryon Johnson. Aaron Jones is in a timeshare of all timeshares.
In a GPP, give me Aaron Jones. But I think Kerryon Johnson is a better option, but I think Aaron Jones is a better flyer. He's the best running back on that team.
He is. I just don't see him getting the touches all of a sudden. Like they seem to have a rotation worked out, and I don't foresee that changing. And I think Kerryon is not going to be that highly owned. I mean, he's definitely not a chalk running back, Kerryon Johnson.
No, not at all.
Love how everyone using these picks, you all going to crash and burn together. I love people who come into this chat and think they're very smart and like that they're getting some advantage by like, oh, you're all sheep. I just think it's always fun. Like,
why are
we're
you
just fucking
here
hanging
then?
out. Like, we're hanging out and talking about football and discussing different positions. It's like,
I can't imagine going to something I didn't like just to tell everybody how much I don't like what you're doing. Fucking internet these days, man.
Also, one thing that I missed that Jake said before. Apparently, Eddie banked the King of the Diamond thing.
Yeah, I'm super jealous. I couldn't even get into that damn tournament, and I tried every one of those qualifiers for a month. So, congrats, 1-800-EDDIE. 50K, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like one of those gigantic like end of year ones. That,
no. But I mean, it was like short fee. I think there were only 100 entrants.
You know, oh wow, good for Eddie. There you go, 1-800-EDDIE, our tech guy, who is one of the other top DFS players in the world. All of our founders, very very elite. Tom, Eddie, and of course Alex, the top player in the world.
Yeah, I'm super jelly there.
Any Bears wide receivers today for you?
Almost no. I have a little bit of Allen Robinson, a little bit of Taylor Gabriel, but other than that, no. I'd rather have Jordan Howard. Trubisky sucks. Hard to trust anything.
Yeah, Alex was a little in favor of Trubisky on the contrary, and that was the one where I was like, whew.
He grades out as a really nice value on FanDuel. I took a look at him for a bit, but I just couldn't go there.
Yeah, I played Trubisky last week. Maybe the Cardinals defense isn't as bad as it seems. I think it is. But I was really reluctant to trust Trubisky again this week. But it does make a lot of sense against the Bucs, and I think there is a chance that there is a game from Ryan Fitzpatrick that goes off. Right, Evan? God, like is this like a big loser chat day? Why are you
I think he might be kidding.
No, I think he's just being a dick. Nobody posts like 4 messages in a row just to be a dick, unless you're a really.
No, I'm pretty sure Evan is joking.
Is he? Evan, you got 1 second to prove that you're joking. It's not the day. Kamara, Barkley, Bernard for Chris Mead. That is a popular trio, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you just named 3 guys that are good and have ownership.
I've noticed that most of the top wideouts have been putting up numbers. Is this the week for them? I mean, Josh, you're fading the top wideouts this week mostly. You're not fading, but having less of them, right?
I'm just spread out more. That's the spot where I'm hoping to just catch lightning in a bottle in a lineup.
Okay. Evan is kidding. Okay, Evan, you are forgiven. I apologize. It's hard to tell. Obviously, there's no telling who's a troll and who's not in these chats. So if I don't recognize your name and you're being douchey.
Yeah, we desperately need like a sarcasm font.
Yeah, just give me like the troll caps lock or something so I'll know.
Yeah.
I can just ban you and we can move on.
What
2 Rhett Ellison questions at once. How do you guys feel about Rhett Ellison? Do you have any Rhett Ellison today, Josh?
I would imagine no.
Yeah, I would assume not for you.
I do not. Yeah, I do.
I have a little bit of him, but I don't. I think it's getting a little cute. But it does make sense. There will be targets, but those targets are going to go to Shepard. I think whenever you expect a 1-to-1 swap at a position and the guy's not like, even with Eric Ebron last week and the Jack Doyle role, it doesn't ever become a 1-to-1 thing. So it's not like you plug Rhett Ellison in and he's Evan Ingram.
Yeah, and like, I mean, he has to score a touchdown for it to be relevant. So what do you think the chances are that Rhett Ellison scores a touchdown? That's probably the most you should have him.
He had 3. I think he had 3 for 30 something and a touchdown last week. So I mean, if you got that this week, it'd be pretty good. But I think he's worth a flyer or two. But I certainly wouldn't go crazy. Dallas Goedert today, a great price. Eagles run a ton of double tight end sets. I would not go to Dallas Goedert with Alshon Jeffrey back.
I think I had like a lineup or 2 with Goedert. No, I don't.
For shits and giggles, anybody from the Bills you would play. I actually killed one stack I had with a Josh Allen, Benjamin, and then running it back with Cobb. But I was like, I don't think I need that today. Would you play any Bills?
I don't want to say that I have a bunch of Bills because that would be incorrect. But because of the amount I'm playing Aaron Rodgers, I have a sprinkling of Benjamin, Clay, Zay Jones. Like, I get those guys coming back.
All right. So we should do this lineup. Again, I'm doing a Millionaire Maker lineup in which if I win the $1 million, I will give each and every one of you a hearty thank you. Let's go position by position. Who would you pick? Obviously, this is on DraftKings, Josh. So this is outside of your wheelhouse. I understand that. What would you do at quarterback on DraftKings if you had to make a choice? Give me like 3 guys you feel the best about.
Let me filter this
and explain why they're Eli Manning.
I mean, Phillip Rivers would be the play for me. I think he's the best option on the board.
Okay. So would we? Okay, so that's a very high. It's a high total game. Again, the Niners have been pretty bad. The Chargers have been pretty good. Would we onslaught this game?
Yeah, I would have 2 Chargers coming, or I would have 2 Chargers plus someone coming back from the Niners.
All right, so Gordon's a must then. I think we would agree on that.
I mean, I'm good with any 2 you want to go with.
Okay. And then, okay, so Keenan Allen pretty low owned, and actually lower owned than Mike Williams according to our projections at Awesemo.com. That seems interesting to go Keenan Allen given the volume, but he's been hurt all week.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see, chat tiebreaker: Keenan Allen or Mike Williams. Who would you go with from the Chargers? Again, this millionaire maker lineup where we will all share in the joy that comes from me winning $1 million.
Here's what we'll do. I'll build it in lineup builder.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I like that. Let's see our GPAs.
Yeah, I wish we would have thought of that from the beginning.
That's probably, yes.
Plug our tool.
Our premium features on Awesemo.com. We do have a lineup builder, which will use our ownership and our projections and stuff to create a lineup for you. So it's a helpful thing, a helpful way to check a lot of Mike Williams. Allen has higher upside for GPP, but Williams is a pivot to some of the guys who I think Josh is going to make me fade. So I'm going to say Mike Williams.
We're going Mike Williams?
Yep.
Okay. So we need a wideout on the opposite side, unless you want to go to Kittle.
No Kittle for me. I think I would go Goodwin coming back.
That's fine. He's an
so
ranking, so that's shitty.
Ooh. Okay.
So was Williams, FYI.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. So you got to go with their hearts. Again, you got to go with your guts. Doesn't feel great to go with an EE, but we're going with a very low owned stack that we're running back right now.
This is going to be a GPA that looked a lot like my college GPA.
The important thing is we're trying. What about, okay, so where's a logical place to go now? So we have our stack and we're running it back.
Yep.
And that rhymes. That's a great mnemonic device.
So I think we can take a fairly chalky running back now that we have a couple low owned guys. So who's your
Gio?
Oh no, I was thinking bigger than that.
I think I would go Gio here and then see what we have left for the flex.
We're gonna have a lot. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so we're good now. We have 19,600 remaining for a wideout, a tight end, a flex, and a defense.
I think Ebron's got to be the tight end.
God, we're gonna have a lot of money left.
Could go to Gronk, but I don't know. I feel like I would go Brady if I were gonna go Gronk. Could go to Gronk though.
I've got Ebron in. We've got 16,000.
All right.
I think we can have
Jay Swish saying Gronk 2 TD day. So
I mean, we could flex Gronk too if we really need to, but we need one more wideout.
Yeah, one more wideout. Who is my Will Fuller?
I think we could afford better than that.
Really?
All right, I'll put Will Fuller in. He's a C and an E. Rather have Hopkins.
But
let's go Will Fuller.
Let's go Will Fuller. And then tight end. So now we have 42.67 left for the 3 spots.
We got 9,200 left. I put Ebron in at tight end.
Oh, okay. Ebron, got it. I didn't realize. Okay. All right. And then, so let's pick the defense first or the flex?
Flex. We'll take whatever defense fits.
Okay. Who would you recommend for the flex?
God. 9,200. We can get someone pretty solid. We're on DK, so at the very least, we want someone that's going to catch some passes.
Could run it back with Hilton.
No, we can't do Ebron and Hilton.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We got a lot of Andrew Luck love.
Yeah, I mean, we would be switching to a different stack then. I mean, Do you like Barkley?
I do like Barkley. I think it's an interesting play. I wouldn't mind Mike Evans. Well,
We can't go to Barkley. We can't go to Barkley. He's too expensive.
Yeah. You're right. Could go to stupid Zeke. AJ Green, people are saying in the chat. That's a good Boyd pivot.
Too expensive.
That would leave us 1,700. Yep, never mind. Can't afford AJ Green.
We need to go.
You got to go to like Howard or Gronk. Maybe Galladay, but probably not Galladay.
No, not Galladay. I have him, but
get rid of Fuller, plug in Ridley.
Landry?
No. Landry would leave us with 1,800, which would not afford a defense.
Nope.
I guess we could come off Fuller. Let's put Landry in and come off Fuller.
Okay.
I think Landry's a better player.
Landry's in. Now we got 8,600 for flex and defense.
All right. So we just got us some money.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess we lost money in that process.
Did we
people
really?
saying Bernard. Oh, no, we got Bernard.
Yeah, we already have Bernard in.
Gronk equal Colts D. This guy, people are saying Gronk. I think a lot of Gronk.
Can we get to Gronk?
No, we'd have to come down off somebody. This is harder than I thought it would be. We'd have to come down off Landry. Let's put Gronk in at flex and then see what happens with the wide receiver position.
Okay. I mean, then Landry's got to go.
Landry's got to go, and we got to get somebody in like the 5K range.
What do you think? I mean, Amari Cooper. I mean, if you want to, Sterling Shepard.
Oh, Sterling would be good.
We got 4,100 for a defense then, so we can afford to move some shit around then.
I don't really play the Jaguars. I don't want to play the Jaguars.
Neither do I.
I would play the Chargers for the correlation with Gordon.
I mean, we're bringing Goodwin back, so I don't really like playing the defense in that environment.
Yeah, no, you're right. I forgot we had a good one. Yeah, so who would we come up off then? This is tough, man. To tell you what.
I mean, honestly, like the Packers defense is in theory a decent look. I don't ever trust the Bills.
Yeah. And then we have 600 on the table.
I mean, I'd be fine with Seattle's defense.
That would be 900 on the table.
Yeah.
We can go. All right. Seattle. And then go up from...
I don't have any natural changes now.
Huh. This is a really weird lineup with the Seahawks.
2.79 GPA.
Okay. That's not terrible.
I'll take it.
I feel like we could have done better. But all right, I'll take it. That's our lineup.
Yeah, I mean, we would be doing better if we didn't have Williams and Goodwin both as EEs.
Yeah, probably doesn't help much. But you know what? That they're not large sample. Well, I guess Shepard is a large sample size player. And Goodwin is too. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. It's not a sample size thing. It's just not a great pick, probably. But hey, contrarian as hell, though.
Very.
Leaving 900 on the table, going with getting Marquise Goodwin in there. Boy, nobody's going to have that lineup.
No, for real.
Is Breida a good GPP play? Breida is questionable, I think, last I saw, unless something has changed while we've been on the show. I'm worried about Breida. Watch it closely, I think would be what I would say. But if he does play, he is a good play because Beathard does target the running backs pretty heavily.
Yeah, I don't think I have much Breida.
Get rid of Shepard. Okay, Michael J. Fitch proving himself to perhaps need to go to the DFS education classes that are available online. Get rid of Shepard, plug in Albert Wilson against the bad. Like, that is the most recency bias take I've ever heard in the history of takes. It might be okay, but he gets 2 touches a game and throw a touchdown. Like, come on, man.
I have a lot of Wilson.
but like more than Shepard?
Me personally?
Yeah, if you have more than Shepard, it would be sad.
I do.
You hate Eli so much, though, in an unfair, illogical way.
Well, I'd rather have 1% owned Albert Wilson than 27% owned Sterling Shepard.
I just think, to me, like, especially for a skill position player, you're looking for like who's going to get concentrated usage. And like when you have Wilson, you have Stills, you have Amendola, Amendola, people forget about, he is going against his former team, and coaches do sometimes game plan for dumb shit, like getting more catches for a guy who's going against his former team. I don't know. Like there's enough receivers, or Jakeem Grant does stuff like,
I have all of those guys.
Yeah. Like if you're going to have all of them, sure. But like just not more than Shepard. Don't, I would never get rid of Shepard for Albert Wilson. Maybe in like my 100th lineup out of 100.
How many lineups am I playing?
32% Wilson for Stevens. That's insanity, guys. I think that's insanity.
Wait, 32%. Yeah, that is a preposterous number. I mean, you can have 10 and be miles above the field.
Yeah, no reason to go overboard that much, I would say.
No, not at all.
Nate Dog P proving again to be very smart. Dolphins have wide receiver by committee, don't know who will get the TDs. That is correct. It's a crapshoot. And also they have Kenyan Drake, by the way, and Frank Gore, who did nothing last week. But eventually Kenyan Drake's going to do something. And who knows? Could be the week.
Eventually he will do something. You cannot get this analysis elsewhere, folks.
I mean, look, I was all in on Kenyan Drake, last week or 2 weeks ago. Last week, and didn't work out. So I don't trust him now, but I think he's going to have a crazy good game. It's just, that's going to be at 1% ownership. 5%.
Go Dolphins.
Oof. I don't know. But that game does have a pretty high total and not a lot of ownership. So I think there's logic in going to that game, though.
It is by far my highest exposed game.
Yes, and Josh Gordon?
I have 1%. Just enough to make sure that in case he goes crazy.
I do think there is a world where he has like 180 yards and 2 touchdowns today.
I don't think that world's a real world, but I'd be cool with it.
I mean, like, honestly, I think you could just run him on a go route and have Brady throw it to him, and that's going to be an improvement on anything he's gotten in Cleveland. And he has a touchdown already this year for Cleveland. So.
I'm anxious to see how him being on the field affects Gronk.
I would assume it's got to help. I mean, it's like what we talked about in the preseason stuff, where if you have a good guy over the top and you have a guy who can go underneath, that does open things up much better. And Gronk should be able to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Which tourneys do you guys play? I'm playing pretty much everyone that is a max 20 or under on DraftKings today.
Just
low millionaire maker.
Whatever the smallest shit I can find is on FanDuel. I'm trying to get. I try to jam in as much as I can against people that shouldn't be good. I don't play the milli ever. The
milli today on DK is $10, so I threw in about 100 on that. Just why not?
Yeah, I don't fuck with the milli ever.
But wouldn't it be great though when I win that $1 million with our lineup and I get to give you all the gift of gratitude?
Okay, so we built that together. Let's say you do win the milli. How much money are you willing to give me there?
Like a Chick-fil-A bet's worth.
Fuck.
We'll see. I always figured if I ever won like $1 million, I'd probably just give like $5,000 everybody who I like.
How about this? Let's do this. If that lineup wins, you fly me out to LA and we just go get like bombed for a weekend.
Okay, that seems fair.
I think that's a reasonable amount of money. Not that you owe me any part of that money at all, but I think that makes for like a really fun event if that actually happens.
We'll do video. We'll go do some events and stuff. Sure.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. Okay,
yeah, cool. And Chick-fil-A lunch.
And Chick-fil-A lunch. The highlight of your LA trip, going to Chick-fil-A for lunch.
No, we would be going to like I'd rather go to In-N-Out.
Oh yeah. Make a food tour of all the finest LA eating establishments. In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A.
Get some Del Taco.
Wilson's quietly been solid as fuck. Yeah, look, he's all right. He's
Russell?
Albert.
Oh, I was gonna say I have a lot of Russell Wilson.
Spags is giving away Millie Maker cash. No, T McB. I'm giving away my gratitude for everybody making the lineup together on the stream.
And I'm making him fly me to LA if he wins, just so we could party for a day or two.
Yeah, that seems fair. Maybe hit an adult establishment or two.
Oh, that's fine.
Justin Davis, especially with like a millionaire maker lineup. Like I would 10 grand in the strip club easy that day.
Well, my wife's not listening.
I'm from the Philippines, by the way, guys. Oh, cool. Congrats. Thanks, Justin. Congrats, Justin, on being from the Philippines. But we appreciate you. It's cool that we have people from all over the world and the country, obviously, too.
I worked with my previous company has an office in the Philippines, so lots of interactions there.
Yeah, so they lovely people.
Yeah,
Brandon Warner, your gratitude is worth more than the money specs. Thanks, Brandon. You are
a liar.
sailing up my power rankings.
He's a liar.
Maybe a liar too. I'm from Bhutan. HPT is. I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. All right, we're about to lock. I'm ready for this.
I guess I'm ready. I'm just ready to go watch some football, man.
I'm very now invested in this Eli Manning experience. I can't wait.
That's a sentence that never paid off for anyone. I'm invested in the Eli Manning
Super Bowls.
experience.
2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Still counts. It did pay off. I was in New York. People were rioting in the streets. People were very into that Super Bowl win.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get that Eli Manning today, unfortunately.
All right, well, we're locked now, and we're going to go watch Super Bowl winning Eli Manning guide us to some glory. All you doubters, you will rue the day that you looked upon Eli Manning's face and laughed.
I, on the other hand, will sit back and think to myself, well, at least I know those lineups aren't fucked.
Look, people like Beckham, people like Shepard. You got to like Eli Manning if you like those guys. That is just how it goes, unless Davis Webb comes in, and that would really fuck everything up, huh?
Grace sneaking in at the last second to be a jerk. I love it. It's going to be a good Sunday.
Oh, does she not like me too? I thought we were cool, Grace, but you can go fuck yourself. You're going to be mean to me.
Ouch.
Is Baker going to bake? I think so, Justin, but not enough to play him.
Yeah, no.
All right, that's enough, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the videos, become an Awesemo.com premium member for 1 week free with promo code Contrary. There are ownership projections, which would have helped you a lot for this slate if you would use them, but promo code Contrary, 1 week free. Go sign up. Any parting words, Josh, before we go watch Eli Manning throw 4 touchdowns?
Did we went with no Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers bet, correct?
We did not. No, we did not. We couldn't land on that.
Okay. My parting words. I hope that Andy Dalton and Eli Manning suck.
I hope they both do great. So that's why this show works, guys. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Good luck.
Adios.